Feel like you're constantly failing at juggling kids and taking care of your parents? Ready to stop beating yourself up every time something goes wrong? Hello and welcome to the Mindful Midlife Mom, helping mentally exhausted moms carrying the weight of raising kids and caring for aging parents find calm in the chaos and reclaim themselves while caring for everyone else. I'm your host, Valerie Mecki. I'm a mom of two, living with my mom part-time as we take care of my aging father. I'm also a mindfulness enthusiast, navigating the crazy life changes of midlife. Today's episode is for those who are newish to the sandwich generation. Maybe it's been less than a year when you had to help your parents more frequently, just around the same time your kid was entering middle school or high school. And maybe lately your inner critic is constantly telling you that you're not doing enough, not doing it right, or not handling things as well as you should. But that stops today because you'll learn to recognize how much you've actually grown in this journey and practice self-compassion, affirmations, and mantras for the moments when your life inevitably goes off the rails. Because the truth is, you're doing better than you think, and it's time to start giving yourself credit by navigating one of the most challenging seasons of your life. Let's dive in. If you've been juggling kids and taking care of your aging parents for any amount of time, you know these moments all too well. You forget about your mom's doctor's appointment because your teenager had a crisis that morning. You're 20 minutes late to your son's soccer game because your dad called right before you were leaving. Or you snap at a family member after spending an hour on hold with your mom's medical insurance company. Then feel terrible about it for the rest of the day. Maybe you've missed an important work deadline because you had to coordinate emergency care for your parent, or completely spaced out on picking up groceries because your brain is managing 17 different medical appointments and school schedules and your own work schedule. And inside, that voice in your head starts to pop up. Why can't I get this to work? Why can't I get myself together? I'm clearly not doing a good job and not cut out for this. I'm failing everyone. Sound familiar? That internal critic loves to show up right when you're already feeling overwhelmed, making everything feel 10 times worse than it actually is. I've definitely had those moments and thoughts during my first year of traveling back and forth from where I lived to my parents' home. Before my dad's health declined, I was an organized planner, always thinking 3 to 4 steps ahead. But once he went into assisted living and we had to sell the family home, that's when I started to feel scattered. I couldn't plan too far ahead because I felt like I had to be ready for anything that would come up from anyone in my family. But looking back at that time, I wasn't losing my edge or my capability. It was the sheer weight of responsibilities, decisions, and constant juggling, more than I have ever dealt with in my entire life. During my first year in the sandwich generation, I wish I would have given myself some more grace and quieted my inner critic and being a perfectionist. Because those moments when things don't go as planned, they're not evidence that you're failing. They're evidence that you're human carrying an enormous load and still showing up every single day. But now, I don't really listen to my inner critic or let my perfectionist personality take control. I've learned to lean into the flow of midlife, riding the wave of additional responsibilities and unexpected changes. When there's a day or a week packed with things to manage, facilitate, or take care of, I see myself kind of like a surfer riding a huge wave, calm inside of it, not letting it crash into me. And I want the same for you. So instead of focusing on what went wrong today, let's talk about how much you've actually grown. Think back to 6 months ago when you first realized your parents needed more help. Remember how overwhelming every phone call felt? How you had no idea who to contact or what questions to ask? Now look at you. You probably have a whole contact list of doctors, knowing the insurance process, and can coordinate care while managing your kids' schedules. That breakdown you had 3 months ago after a particularly difficult day, notice how your recovery time is much shorter now. What used to knock you out for days might only derail you for a few hours. Your resilience muscle is getting stronger, even when you don't realize it. This is why I want you to create what I call a due diligence test, your concrete evidence of everything you've managed well. I want you to jot it down in your journal or on your notes app with things like, I successfully coordinated Dad's physical therapy, scheduled around my kids' play rehearsals, or I found a way to make all of my appointments and still turned in my work assignment on time. I learned how to navigate the insurance system and get that claim resolved. Or simply, I'm still showing up for my kids' important events even when life is complicated. Keep this list handy because here's the thing, when you forget an appointment or run late or lose your patience, it's not a reflection of your worth or capability. It's simply the result of juggling more moving pieces than any one person should have to manage. And when you look at your due diligence list, you'll remember those occasional derailments, but you'll remember that these occasional derailments happen against a backdrop of incredible competency and love. You're not failing at this. You're learning to navigate something that has no instruction manual, and you're doing the best you can, finding your new flow of life, even when it doesn't feel that way. Now, let's practice some affirmations and mantras that help you extend grace and compassion to yourself during this chaotic and demanding season. Find a comfortable position and take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth. Releasing any self-criticism you've been carrying in the day, releasing any tension or stress around your shoulders or neck. Take another deep breath in and let all the air out through your mouth. Letting go of any pressure to be perfect in this moment. Let's start with an affirmation for self-compassion. I'll repeat the affirmation twice. First, you'll listen, then imagine someone writing on a whiteboard. This will help with memorization, so let's begin. I am doing the best I can with what I have, and that is enough. I am doing the best I can with what I have, and that is enough. I'll repeat the affirmation again, and after I repeat it, say it out loud to yourself so you can create a connection. I am doing the best I can with what I have, and that is enough. I am doing the best I can with what I have, and that is enough. Now, I want you to remember the last few times you were able to pull things off, make things happen, or show up for your family the best possible way. It may have taken some creative problem solving or scheduling, but you figured it out and you did it. Visualize these scenes in your head. I am doing the best I can with what I have, and that is enough. Now, let's practice some shorter mantras you can use in real time when things don't go as planned. I'll repeat the mantra once, and the second time, repeat it out loud. So let's begin. This is hard and I'm doing it anyway. This is hard and I'm doing it anyway. Progress, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. I'm learning as I go, and that's okay. I'm learning as I go, and that's okay. Take one final deep breath in and out, letting those words settle into your heart. Use them as tools whenever your inner critic tries to convince you that you're not doing enough. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes if you had them closed, and place your hand over your heart if it feels comfortable to you to help seal this practice with self-love and care. Beautiful work. You just practiced giving yourself the same compassion you offered a dear friend going through this exact situation. Here's how to put this into practice this week. Start the due diligence list I mentioned. Write down at least 5 things you've successfully managed in your sandwich generation role, big or small. Keep it somewhere where you can access quickly, like on your phone or in your journal. The next time something goes wrong, and it will, because you're human managing an impossible load, look at that list. Let it remind you that this one difficult moment doesn't erase all the incredible work you're doing every single day. If you know another mom who's being too hard on herself while juggling multiple generations, share this episode with her. Text it to her. Because sometimes we need permission from someone else to be kind to ourselves. And if you're looking for ongoing reminders that you're doing better than you think, I'd love for you to join our Oh Hello Midlife newsletter community. I'll drop the sign-up link in the show notes, and as a thank you for joining, you'll receive the 10-minute Calm Kit for Sandwich Generation Moms. 3 quick practices designed specifically for your packed schedule. You'll get a morning meditation to ground you before your day's demands, a midday mantras to reset when you're feeling pulled different directions, and then a bedtime visualization guided meditation to release the day and to restore your peace. It's the perfect way to let mindfulness guide you through the season, even when you only have a few minutes to spare. Thank you for spending this time and space with me. Every moment you dedicate to self-compassion is a step towards a more fulfilled and vibrant life. Keep embracing your midlife journey with an open heart, and remember, you're not alone in this. I look forward to our next mindful gathering. I'll talk to you soon. Before you go, I want to remind you that I'm not a licensed therapist, a counselor, or a medical professional. Everything I share on this podcast comes from my own personal experience navigating the sandwich generation and my own journey with mindfulness practices. This content is for educational and inspirational purposes only and shouldn't be considered medical or mental health advice. If you're experiencing persistent mental health symptoms, thoughts of self-harm, or anything that's significantly interfering with your daily life, please reach out to a qualified mental health professional or your healthcare provider. They can give you the proper support and guidance you deserve. I'm simply a friend sharing what's worked for me as I navigate the crazy life changes of midlife, hoping it might help you too. Trust your instincts and always prioritize getting professional help whenever you need it.